Hello and welcome. As a hotel AI expert, I'm very pleased to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. Now, when you think about a career in hospitality, your mind probably jumps to guest experience, operations, maybe marketing. But today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most critical roles in any modern hotel, one you'll almost never see. We're talking about the silent guardian, artificial intelligence, and how it protects the financial lifeblood of a hotel. You see, when you hear AI in hotels, you might think of a chatbot on a website or personalized room settings. But I'm here to tell you that its most important job isn't in the spotlight at all. No, its most heroic work happens in the shadows, stopping fraud, preventing data breaches, and making sure a hotel's revenue is absolutely secure. It's the invisible but essential work of financial protection.
So you might be asking, why is this such a big deal right now? Well, the reality is that the digital world has, unfortunately, turned hotels into treasure troves for cybercriminals. Before we can even begin to talk about defense, we first have to understand the battlefield. What exactly makes a modern hotel such a prime target?
Well, hotels are in this really unique and kind of risky position because they manage what we call the triple threat of data. First, you've got identity data, things like passport numbers and personal information. Then, of course, you have payment data, all those credit cards. And finally, you have incredibly valuable behavior data, travel patterns, guest preferences, you name it. Having all three in one place, that makes a hotel's database an absolute goldmine for criminals.
And this brings us to a massive shift in how we approach security. The old way was completely reactive. An accountant might spot a suspicious chargeback maybe weeks after it happened. But by then, forget it, the money is long gone. The new way, powered by AI, is proactive. It's designed to spot a threat before the booking is even finished, protecting the hotel's bottom line in milliseconds. It's the difference between discovering a theft and preventing it from ever happening in the first place.
Okay, so how on earth does AI actually pull this off? Well, it acts as a proactive digital shield, and its core superpower is its ability to analyze the very nature of a transaction, not just the surface-level details that a human might check.
It all comes down to one core concept: pattern recognition. The best way to think about this is that the AI is literally analyzing the DNA of a person's digital behavior. It doesn't just see a credit card number. No, it sees the entire context surrounding that transaction. It's looking for tiny clues and subtle connections that a person would almost certainly miss, especially when things are moving at lightning speed.
So, in that tiny fraction of a second it takes to process an online booking, the AI is firing off all these critical questions. For instance, is this booking coming from a suspicious IP address that's been linked to fraud before?
And it's also looking at behavior. Does the way the information is being entered, the typing speed, the pauses, does that look like a real human being? Or does it look more like an automated script, a bot, that's just trying to blast through a list of stolen credit card numbers?
And of course, it's looking for basic logic. Is this person trying to book a room in London, another one in New York, and a third in Tokyo, all for the exact same night? That kind of illogical behavior is a classic red flag for fraud that an AI can spot instantly.
Okay, so now we get the how. Let's talk about the who. There are some major players in this space, real titans of trust that provide this Fort Knox level of security. And as you move up in your careers, these are the names you're absolutely going to need to know.
First up, let's talk about Count. The easiest way to think of Count is like a world-class digital bouncer standing at the virtual front door of your hotel's booking engine. They're the ones making the split-second decision on who gets in and who gets turned away.
Now, Count's real specialty is tackling one of the biggest financial headaches for any hotel: chargebacks. By plugging into a massive global network, it analyzes payment histories to predict if a transaction is likely to be disputed later. And this enables what the industry calls real-time decisioning. It means legitimate guests get approved instantly for a super smooth booking experience, while potential fraud is stopped cold.
Next on our list is SIFT. Now, SIFT takes a much broader approach. Instead of just guarding the payment gateway, SIFT's goal is to protect the hotel's entire digital ecosystem from top to bottom.
Where SIFT really shines is in its wide net of protection. We're talking about things like account takeovers, where hackers get into a guest's loyalty account and steal all their valuable points. And it even helps fight against fake online reviews. And here's why hotels love it. It reduces friction. If the AI is confident that you're a trusted user, it gets rid of those annoying security puzzles, making the booking process much faster and easier for your best customers.
All right, our third major player is Riskified,
And their whole game is about one thing: precision. They are renowned in the industry for their incredibly accurate fraud scoring technology. It's kind of like giving every single transaction its own credit score for trustworthiness.
The really powerful thing about Riskified is that its AI models are always, and I mean always, evolving. This is real machine learning. When a new fraud tactic pops up in one part of the world, the entire global network learns from it, protecting every hotel in the system almost instantly. For your teams on the ground, this means no more guesswork. They get a clear, data-driven approve or decline decision, period.
Okay, so for our final example, let's talk about ClearSale. They look at this problem a little differently because they recognize that sometimes a purely automated decision just isn't the right fit, especially in an industry like ours that's built on relationships. So they offer this really interesting hybrid model.
The magic here is that they combine powerful AI with actual human experts. When the AI flags a transaction as being on the fence, it's not clearly fraudulent, but it's not clearly safe either. It gets passed along to a human analyst for a final review. This is just so important in hospitality. Why? Because the cost of what we call a false positive, accidentally rejecting a legitimate guest, maybe even a VIP, can be enormous. This hybrid model is that vital safety net that protects those crucial customer relationships.
So knowing about these platforms is great, but putting that knowledge to work is what really matters. Let's turn all of this information into a clear, strategic action plan that you can actually use in your careers. Think of it as your security checklist for the years ahead.
Here are 3 key steps you need to focus on. Number 1, integrate early. Don't wait until the payment page to start fraud checks. Begin the moment a guest creates an account. Number 2, monitor the loyalty loop. Loyalty points are a huge target for fraud, so use AI to watch for any unusual redemption activity. And finally, number 3, audit the AI. At least every quarter, you need to be reviewing the data your AI provides. This isn't just for security, it's powerful business intelligence that can help you sharpen your hotel's overall strategy.
So we've looked at the threats, we've looked at the tools, and we've talked strategy. The single most important takeaway here is this: protecting a hotel's finances is no longer just a task for the accounting department. It is a core technological and strategic imperative for everyone in a leadership role. So, as you prepare to become those leaders, I want you to really think about this question: how will you shield your hotel's bottom line?